Hi, Nick Dogle, North State Law. We safeguard your professional license so you can get back to business. Today, I want to talk about the massive need for skilled tradespeople throughout the entire United States. So, I was scrolling through social media last week and I noticed an article. And then I also noticed a video that Mike Rowe, famous for doing dirty jobs on some cable network television. He's done that show for decades. He does a fantastic job. Love watching that show. And I think Mike is a fantastic person and has a great message. And his message was basically, hey, I know a particular industry that is essentially AI proof, and that's the skilled trades. He's talking about electrical work. He's talking about plumbing work. He's talking about HVAC work. He's talking about welders. He's talking about general contracting. These are the type of things that, and he's right, that are bulletproof from AI. One of the things that was discussed was, coding, AI, and this is true. I've seen it in other articles and things like that, where those that are doing coding can be replaced by AI, and that is already something that's already been taking place. So somebody doing computer programming, AI has started to been in that space for a while. I've even seen AI take over certain things in the legal field. There are a lot of kinks that need to be worked out in regards to AI, and specifically regarding the legal field. Research is one of those things where it's not great. I think over the years, it's probably going to get a lot better. My understanding is has gotten better to a certain extent. We don't use that in my office for legal research because there's too many mistakes that can be made. And honestly, I feel more comfortable that myself and my staff do the legal research anyways. But that is something that is being worked out by very large companies to do legal research, for example, and legal writing. Again, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't think that it's really there at this point for those type of things, but it's coming. But it's not coming for the skilled trades. And that was kind of the whole point in Mr. Rowe's, this article that is in the description. And that was through Fox Business. He also did some stuff through his social media as well. So you can check that out also. I've got a link to Mike Rowe's foundation, and that is really where he provides scholarships to those that want to get into skilled trades. And then there's one more article that's in there as well. I encourage you to check out all three of those. But going back to the Fox Business article, they're talking about the deficit for skilled workers in the United States. Right now, it is estimated to be 439,000 people. And we're going to probably need at least 499,000 more people in 2026 based on the projections. So that, again, that's people that are in electrical contractors, plumbing, HVAC, welders, general contractors. These things, again, cannot be replaced with AI. And I've represented people in front of many people in front of the GC board, many people in front of the Electrical Contractors Board in North Carolina, many people in front of the plumbing and HVAC fire sprinkler contractors in North Carolina. And I will say that I have had a lot of clients that they've worked, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and they've had a tremendous amount of success. And I don't just mean monetary success, but they have had a good financial success, but they've also had success in running a profitable business that's allowed them to have a good lifestyle where they paid their dues. They worked in a sweaty attic, for a couple years, 2, 3, 4 years. And now they've gotten to the point where they've added a couple people working for them. And then they've added a couple back-end people to help out with the business side of it, and so on and so forth. And maybe added somebody in sales. So they've grown and they've gotten to the point where, maybe they're at a 7-figure, 8-figure business. Now, this type of stuff, those numbers, they don't happen overnight. That's just not going to happen. First off, you're in a particular profession that requires thousands of hours to become licensed, and it depends on the amount of hours, depends on what level of licensure you want to be and what board, right? If you want to get a limited license, it's going to obviously require less hours. If you want an unlimited license, it's going to require more hours. If you go into and say you want to go into a technical or college or something like that, like a Wake Tech, for example, and you go in there for plumbing, or you go in there for HVAC, or you go in there for electrical, there is going to be a benefit for that. And I'm not saying do it or not do it. I'm just saying, per the administrative code for these two boards, they do offer kind of an offset. So if you get this particular degree from a community college or a trade school like Wake Tech, then you're going to have a less required hours in the field. You're still going to have a certain amount of hours that are going to be in the field. That's just the nature of the beast. And you can get that. You get on with somebody that's running a good business. They're showing you things that, how to do things the right way. And most importantly, the safe way. And they sign off on an affidavit. You get licensed. You start running your business. You may be filling a gap on marketing wise, where you're starting to serve a segment of the population that hasn't really, been served before, And what I mean by that is, maybe you see like, all right, I see a perfect way to market towards young professionals that are, that they bought their townhome, or somehow they were able to afford a house nowadays, and they don't really know anybody. But I found a way to market to them. That's fantastic, because now you've opened up a pipeline of clients, and you're able to grow your business off of that. So step one, though, is to start getting the experience in these trades. If you're somebody and you're just, hey, I don't know what to do. I thought I liked this job. I'm not really sure about it. Look into it. There's a massive need, and with massive needs come huge responsibilities. Like I said before, I've had a number of different clients that are in all three different of these licensing boards: electrical board, plumbing HVAC board, and the GC board. And, it doesn't happen overnight, but if you put in the time and the effort, and you do things the right way, you set a solid foundation, and you have a goal. Hey, one day I want to own my own electrical business, or plumbing business, or HVAC business, or GC business. You set a goal, you start towards that process. There's no reason that you can't have a 7-8 figure income business in 7-8 years. The opportunity's there, especially with the deficit that we have right now in this country. And we also have that deficit, and it's not just throughout the entire country, but speaking of North Carolina, we have that deficit here as well. I don't know the particular numbers, but I do know that we do have a skilled trades deficit, and we need people to fill in the gaps of those particular jobs. So if you're looking into something like that, please check out the blogs on my website. Please check out the other videos on my YouTube channel. If you can't find what you're looking for there, give my office a call or a text, because we can definitely help you out. We can go through the application process with you, help you get situated, help you organize, and come up with basically a plan of attack. I wish that these applications were super simple. Unfortunately, they're not. There's a lot that goes into them. If you're a GC, for example, you may have to do you have to do a financial affidavit, and if you're in other professions, then you're going to have different requirements. So if that seems like a lot, we're here to help you out. We can definitely help you navigate through the application process for any of those aforementioned boards. So hope to hear from you. The number is 919-521-8810, and we can get you a free 15-minute discovery call with a member of my staff. So I hope everybody found that to be pretty informative, and keep building North Carolina. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye-bye.